All right, so I'm asking the real question, and that is, what AI is better, specifically for making websites? So I'm taking ChatGPT sites, which is, I guess, ChatGPT's way to create websites. I think you can host it too on ChatGPT sites, from what I can recall. And I'm also taking Anthropic's design, and I'm going to kind of put them head to head. So why I chose design is because I feel like it's the closest thing to sites that you have from Anthropic. You have now ChatGPT work, and you have Claude co-work. So we are going to be taking these two and you cuddling with me? Same prompt, paste it into both Claude and also ChatGPT to see which one's gonna be best. We're also gonna use the top tier models like Fable and what is the new one? Soul from ChatGPT 5.6. So really stoked to try it out. Let's dive in. Kita's got the cups. Right, Kita? I had to go outside. There's a screaming child inside. You can kind of hear. I'll go over here more. So the after I made the websites, here's kind of what I think, like my thoughts are initially on the websites. So I wanted to do a lot of the stuff by itself. I've made my own website for my wedding business with AI. So you actually use Claude Cowork. So I'm very familiar with that. So I wasn't trying to prompt it that much. If you guys are interested in like the full blown, like how I made my website, then let me know in the comments below and I can make a video on it, you know. Just let me know if you guys want to see any videos or anything, but I'm just gonna kind of speak from what I saw. Like I on purpose kind of left it very open, and like I didn't have like for my website I have like a branding guide, and I didn't like want to do that because I wanted to see what it did without all that and what it kind of just did like naturally and like what it came up with and not a ton of prompting. And you can even ask all those questions. I had a part of the video that you'll see. It asks all these questions, and then because since ChatGPT didn't ask me that, I was like, I can't have Claude have an advantage over that. So I just kind of like told it like, yeah, you decide, for the most part. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to leave it very open and kind of see what it did. And then one thing I totally forgot is that Claude is super well trained on everything I've taught it, like about myself. And I thought that if it went in through design, it would get rid of that. And ChatGPT is too, but not as much as like Claude for all my stuff. So then I told it to ignore that and create a second website. And so it did, a second version. So here's kind of like the second version. It's way different looking. I'll talk about both, and then I'll talk about Claude as well. So the lime green is crazy. I don't know. That's definitely will stick out. I don't know if I'm a lime green fan. It reminds me of I think it was called Sublime back in the day. But it was like this site where you could like get music that was kind of like pirated music for the most part, like back in the day, back with MP3 players, and you didn't have it all on your phone. Dating myself if anybody young's watching. But and then there's other people who are probably like, yeah, I remember like I had CD players. I was back in that era, but then there was like people who had cassette tapes and yeah, whatnot. So, but my era was CD players into MP3 players. And then you finally got music on your phone, Spotify and stuff when I was getting into, right about to go to college. But yeah, that's besides the fact. So yeah, my initial thoughts on the cameras would be, not the cameras, I'm talking about cameras, thinking cameras, talking websites. All right, so my initial thoughts on websites were, I really liked the Claude's first one. That looked really good, but also it already knew my style. I already knew what I liked. So I thought it was a little more professional looking if I want something more professional. It looked good. I like how you can navigate it. It put it together very well. And I think if it had some guidance on like what I was trying to do, then it would put it together a lot better. So I think both sites did that really well. Actually, I liked ChatGPT's structure better and like how the navigation and everything worked. But it's basically just YouTube glorified, right? So it's all my videos, but then like more organized is what it started to kind of be. So yeah, I don't know, like, so the blue and the white was kind of like me. It was like, that's pretty standard, but like I kind of dug it. I kind of dig it, the blue and the white, and then the, what Claude made with that, like, more like, I don't know, beige-ish, warmer kind of vibe it had. I really liked that too, and I liked the what do you call that, typography, so the fonts of the website. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm prompting it again, and I'm going to prompt it, I'll kind of like maybe pop the prompt up on the screen here. So right here, this is the prompt, and I'm gonna go back in, try this prompt out, get it to start thinking about like, well, how is this website gonna serve the individuals visiting it, and how is it also gonna serve me as the person who owns the website? Like, what advantages is it going to have for that? I think we'll give it just a little more guidance, see how it does, how both of them do, how both of them compare as well. So let's go do that and just see what it kind of spits out. So I'm going to maybe do it for the Claude website. I'll probably do it in the blue and white one, but I might also do it in the other one. We'll see. Okay, I just noticed something on Claude. So I've used Claude Design before, but I was using it more like before it became a thing on the app. It's wild what you can do in Claude Design. As a complete side note, like if you want complete control of your website, like I think Claude Design might be able to do that. It gets kind of complicated, honestly. Like, it is it looks pretty powerful though. So, very promising for Claude Designs. It looks like you can click on things and you can like change the fonts yourself. I don't see that option in ChatGPT sites. I could be wrong. Let me see. You have to like pull it up on a different website. Sites is brand new, and Claude Design has been around on the internet for a while. You gotta like log into the profile online. Oh, man, where is my? Okay, there it is. But yeah, the site's just brand new, so it could be why. Yeah, I don't see any way to like edit it very easily. I'll have to take me to my YouTube video. But Sites does host it, from my understanding. Yeah, because it's a lab.chatgpt.site. which is really cool. Like if you wanted to maybe make a cheap site, I think they host it for free. I don't know if necessarily charge you for it. Not positive. I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about sites and whatnot. I can make a future video on it too. But yeah, Cloud Design is super powerful. Like, I would say it's a tool that's not just it's not here to replace people. It's here to, like, if you're a designer, it's gonna enhance your designing work, like, so much more. I'm honestly like, I should use design to make my website because I could have probably made it a lot faster. But also, design wasn't part of the app when I was making my website. So now that I know this, I will probably be diving into it a little bit more. If you want more control, but if you want something where you're not tech savvy at all, don't use design. Design is like not is user intuitive, but I feel like if you're like pretty good at, like, you're decent at design already, at least, like you're a video production person like me and you're adventurous and you want to take that extra steps, it's a great option. So that's kind of my thoughts. Just a little side note as I'm kind of working through this stuff right now. I'm having it work through those things, those suggestions I had. Like once it like posted the stuff, and then I'll post all those on screen, and we'll talk about them. And I think I'll call it there for the video. I don't want to make this video overly like too long. And I'll kind of pick a winner, and I'll talk about the story that we were working on too. So, all right, let's take a look. All right, so Claude is way faster than ChatGPT, by the way. I timed both of them, but I don't even need to tell you, like, it's like significantly faster. I think like when I initially made the websites, I think ChatGPT was probably closer to 8 minutes, and I think Claude it took freaking forever. It took probably almost 30 minutes, I feel like, to make the site. And right now it's still cranking away, and ChatGPT is done with all the improvements. It made the cards, and then I prompted, hey, just now keep going. It had to need a little more prompting. ChatGPT seems to be a little bit, just keeps going, and does everything you ask it right away. So that's the difference right there. But I'm liking Claude a lot for, like, so far, for like the information I'm getting from it too, and the speed is night and day difference. It's absurd. So yeah, so then here's what Claude kind of made, okay? And what it kind of came up with from the prompt and the prompt that I posted on the screen earlier. So it created a resource vault. So this is a place where I keep, resources. I don't know, like maybe video LUTs, right? Maybe like specific AI prompts or prompt lists or gear lists, stuff like that. So stuff that you'd get, that you guys can go grab or whatever. And I might actually use this site. I'll probably tweak it significantly, but we'll see. And I don't have a ton of subscribers yet, but if I start getting more subscribers, then I would want to have a place for them to kind of go and pull resources and guides. If I make guides on my videos too, which I will probably be doing, honestly, because I feel like some of this stuff needs a guide, like where you just sit down, you can like go step by step, or just feed it right into AI and it'll just make it for you, or help you make it, bring you through the steps. But yeah, let's keep going. So email lists, that one's a no-brainer. I mean, I think everybody needs an email list now. You almost need a phone number list now, though. So maybe that's something that I would personally add, because nobody checks the email. I don't check my emails half the time anymore. I'm like, yeah, if I don't get a text, then good luck getting a hold of me, or like phone call. A library by topic. So I mean, I think both websites kind of already had that. So just a nice like library, a little bit more organized than YouTube, and not just by date necessarily. So and since we have different pillars, we have at least 3 different pillars, that would be kind of helpful as well. Living reference page, my current kit, and the AI tools I actually use. That's kind of similar if you ask me, to a resource page, but I don't know. But I guess it's still useful. I mean, I'd have to figure out what the difference is, honestly. I'm kind of feeling like that should just be blended with resource page. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. And then the work with me section, maybe to book clients and stuff, like if I were to like build out AI systems for clients or shoot videos for clients, that'd be an option. So maybe it would connect to my Kroggy Productions for my commercial work. I don't know, if somebody's getting married, motors, weddings. And then let's see, the outro card is link in the description. Oh yeah. It's actually marketing to you guys right now. Um, no promises on the link in the description. I have not been putting a whole lot in the description. This is my challenge, so I don't think it's gonna be up in time. So maybe eventually link in the description. Chat is still working, so I'll get back to you guys once chat's up, done, and I'll determine the winner of this. Okay. So far, pretty impressed with what Claude's made, and then yeah. So yeah. All right, it's about time. We got ChatGPT's version. All right, let's see what it created here. We got. So I'm kind of digging like the style. The lime green's growing on me a little bit. I dig the style. I don't feel like it's easy to like understand and navigate as Claude, but there's a little bit more complexity to it. Woo! Look at my face. Look at that green, lime green. What? Hit a section with a ton of lime green. Okay, I gotta get the cards. I don't see where to put the cards. I don't know if it made cards. So there are certain aspects I like about this page and certain aspects I like about the Claude page. I loved whatever font they used for this like really bold font in the page is really nice. I wish the videos were the correct aspect ratio, the thumbnails, and weren't pixelated. That's kind of weird. At least they have photos. Claude didn't. I didn't open it in a browser though. If I opened it in a browser, I bet you it would have photos. It seems like just a little bit too much text on things, like follow the build, not just the uploads. I feel like there's just too much text. I almost feel like you could throw in more photos or make things more distinct. It just seems like a list, you know? Not super useful. I mean, I honestly like the style of it more, probably. Like the typography and layouts and I guess not maybe layouts. Layouts is what I don't like because I don't like the lists. There's like too many lists. And then like the video thumbnails are weird, but there's something about like this like very like straightforward approach it has, you know? So it's like very clean and it uses like boxes with sharp corners and then has like really bold like straight text. Like it's like, you know, very, very easy to read and like it really catches your eye, and same with lime green. So that's what I like about it, and then it's just too listy. It looks almost too much like a list. It almost needs just a little bit more character. Something to differentiate, especially in the follow the build, not just the uploads. Just doesn't seem like I don't want to read that. It doesn't make me want to read that. All right, let's pull up the cards quick and see what it was supposed to build. Okay, so I've got the cards now, and actually I'm digging these cards. I don't know. I think I might have to go with this lime green kind of. It kind of reminds me of like Spider-Man, the first one, with Green Lantern kind of colors, or like even Green Lantern. Isn't that like superhero as well? No, Green Goblin. I'm thinking Green Goblin and Green Lantern, but both of those, right? So. Okay, we got experiment pages. Every video gets the process behind it. The video tells a story. The experiment page holds the takeaway, what worked, what I would change, the tools I used, and the related downloads. We have the resource vault, which is going to be instead of asking people to remember everything from the video, I can give them an actual document and let them adapt it to their own work. Challenge tracker, that's cool. All right, there we go. Now we're talking with my 21-day challenges. The entire 21-day challenge now lives in one place so people can see the progress and the lessons from each day without hunting through YouTube. I mean, you got playlists, right? That's what I put them on right now. If you guys need to see, like, any of these videos have the playlist, so it shouldn't be that hard. So maybe that's kind of useless. Vote next. Subscribe to help choose the next test. There we go. So yeah, you can subscribe, field notes, kind of just, I guess, field notes, finish conclusions. Yeah, okay. Tested tool bench. Every tool points to the tests that earned it. Field dispatch. One useful recap. No algorithm required. I can send a conclusion and related resource directly instead of hoping the algorithm puts the next video in front of the right person. Well, I don't know. YouTube's probably got more visitors than my website's gonna have. Maybe it'd be useful though. A searchable archive. I like that. There we go. Now searchable. Searchable. That's good. That's good. Once you got a lot of videos, like my running channel is starting to get some a good amount of videos, you probably want a searchable archive. If you want to look up some shoes or something. As the channel grows, yep, YouTube buries older knowledge, stuff like that. Yeah, that's cool. That would be useful for a website. That's my favorite part, probably the searchable archive. As boring as that sounds. But yeah, that's the ChatGPT version. And I've already stated kind of like what I liked and what I didn't like about it. I would probably take both of them and combine them, if I'm being honest. But I gotta pick a winner, right? So the winner of this challenge is going to be Claude. I'm gonna have to give it to Claude. Even if it like didn't know everything about me, like the depth it went through, and there's just like the I feel like it would convert more people on the website to do stuff I would want. Like I want them to sign up for the email list. It would actually have more people be able to do that. Where they, if you get confused, what do they say? A confused buyer doesn't buy or something. I don't remember what the actual saying is, but that's basically the gist of it, right? A confused buyer doesn't buy. They're not going to buy. So, or they're not going to give me their email, or they're not going to do the action that I want them to take, or they're not going to get the free resources that I'm offering. So if they're confused, they're not going to understand. I did like the clean cutness, and the lime green grew on me, all right? So maybe we are going to some lime green in this channel. Let me know in the comments below. If you don't want to see lime green all the time, then let me know. Started putting up like lights behind me like all the rest of the YouTube channels where they got like green, just like bright green, lime green behind me. I don't even know if my lights will turn that color. All right, cool. Let's dive into the story next. Yeah, and then we're done with this video. This one was a long one, sorry guys, but hopefully you got a lot of value out of it. A lot more of me just talking. The story aspect was obviously comparing two different things, right? And that was kind of the competing factors the whole time. I don't know what it's actually. I forgot what it's technically called. I'll be right back. Let me go redo my research again and come back to the camera. All right, so here's kind of the structure that we were going through. So it was central dynamic question. I think central dynamic question is what it was. I want to tell you basically what we did. So what it was you asked the question. So very basically, like, what's the question? You have the two competing variables, right? And then you complicate the question, and I guess that's technically the competing variables. You go into more in depth about that. For me, it was like after they built the website, it was like, okay, well now I needed to build it, like come up with some better ideas. So I needed to like kind of like push. I pushed it a little bit more, both a little bit more, to help me kind of differentiate, because they was both making some basic websites, and then answer the question. So then we kind of went through each one and broke it down, like what it did and what I liked about each of them, and then I basically answered which one did I like better. That was kind of the story aspect we explored today. Really good stuff for YouTube, especially it's like, you know, blank versus blank. Typically get a lot of views, right? So whenever I do like a lens comparison, that's like I think I did like the 35 to 150 lens comparison. I think that's my best video so far, because it was like two things that people really care about and going against each other, right? So cool. Yeah, that's it for today. Go back in my office, and yeah, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, do the whole deal, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow for day 9. Not even black it out. Oh, come on, lens hood's on.